Switching to scale computing has been one of the best decisions that we made for our district's technology infrastructure. I'd highly recommend to any IT professional looking for manageable, scalable, and reliable solution. We hosted everything on-prem, so we had a lot of physical servers. Then we got to just that era where it was time to move things, and everybody's going virtual, and I'm sitting here scratching my head. Well, why aren't we virtual? I did set up an open source solution that was completely draining because of my lack of experience. Then I felt like all that responsibility fell on me. So if something went wrong, that's all on me because I chose this open source solution. It was free, which could have turned out not to have been free after all the headaches of trying to manage that. So then I began exploring solutions. Scale beat out their competition. They came in first across the board on every item that we looked at. The biggest item for me was total cost of ownership, not necessarily just upfront cost. But also, what's most important really is it going to work for us? When Scale was demoed to me, I've heard so many great things from peers in other districts, and I wanted some of that. I had seen them in conferences before, so I knew a little bit about it, kind of knew, who they were, what they did, but kind of thought, oh, this is out of my price range. We're never going to be able to afford this. 5-Star proved that I was wrong, and I'm glad that I was. 5-Star helped set up a demo with Scale, all the bells and whistles. I loved it. 5-Star helped install a tool around the network to assess our needs, to know, what disk sizes and how much memory we needed to function, and then still leave a little bit for growth as well. And that's something that I was always concerned about because I'm afraid that, somebody's going to sell me this great, big, huge thing that I'm not going to need. And that definitely did not happen in my scenario whatsoever. As part of my backup plan, I have the Scale system taking snapshots on itself locally, and in addition, it'll take snapshots and send it to the disaster recovery node. Additionally, anytime I create a new VM on the Scale cluster, it will automatically create that disaster recovery image in the other location, which is really awesome. I never had a real strong backup solution before, and certainly nothing that I could spin up instantly. That's been a lifesaver too. It's really changed my confidence level in general, knowing that if something goes wrong, we could instantly, in just a matter of moments, have everything back up and running as though nothing happened. Ease of use was a huge driving factor in my decision. You don't see that very often with anything anymore ever. Not from an IT standpoint anyway. Scalability, that's something Scale exceeds at. I don't know if that's relative to their name at all. Honestly, I never thought about that. But scaling with Scale is very, very simple. The whole infrastructure is set up so you could easily grow, move whatever infrastructure you have in place, which greatly reduces the cost of adding additional physical servers constantly. I was really lucky when we got our Scale environment delivered. I actually had help from 5-Star come on site and set up our cluster for us. I'm very confident in my skills, but I love knowing that it's done right instead of second guessing myself. And two, I really wanted to be able to point the finger at someone else if something wasn't working. 5-Star also helped migrate all of our physical machines and virtual machines on my open source platform to the Scale platform, and no errors. Everything just worked as though nothing had changed. I'm sure I could have achieved it by myself, but 5-Star held my hand because that's really what I wanted. It's hard to say how much exactly migrating to Scale has saved us over the last couple of years, but I know the savings is there, not only in the infrastructure itself, but in the time saved where we're not managing as many physical servers, as well as the reliability factor that we get, the cost of things not breaking. If you're in K-12 or any environment where managing IT resources is stretched thin, scale computing and 5-star are game changers. The whole process was simple. The help that I got from 5-star, through trial, demo, getting quotes, setting everything up, the training, ensuring things are running smoothly, and supporting any maintenance needs when they arise. Everything's been simple. Scale's reliable, scalable. It takes the complexity out of managing virtual environments, and 5-star's the perfect partner to have there by your side the whole way through.